Hello, everyone. It's Lindsay, and today I'm diving into the newest devotional kit from By the Well for God. This is 2020 Vision Living Life Through a God Lens. I do have an unboxing for this kit. I will link it down below, but just heads up, it is currently sold out. But don't worry, they will be restocking it in just a few weeks. They have to reorder some of the supplies and things, but they will have kits back in stock. So stay tuned for that if you missed out on the first run. But if you missed hearing about this kit, this one's extra special because those of us on the design or on the creative team actually got to help contribute to the devotional content in the booklet. So each one of us got a day, which is super, super exciting. So I'm going to jump in and start with day one from Alyssa. And each one of us included at least one, but if not more, Bible verses for each one of our devotionals. So Alyssa has Philippians 3:10-14, which is perfect. Her devotional is perfect for kicking off the new year. And that is kind of what I'm going to be doing with my entry. So I definitely go over and read that scripture, but she has some great prompts down here, just kind of helping you get focused as we head into the new year. What race is left undone for you? How can you choose a growth mindset to continue pressing on toward that goal? How will you grow in your faith this year? And in what areas do you feel God stretching you and pushing you out of your comfort zone? So that's kind of what I will be documenting, but I did want to get this down on the page because I really love this piece here that she says. She says, thankfully, when my time on earth is done, God will see me through the lens of Jesus' sacrifice, fully, holy, and complete. And I just love this idea of God seeing us through that lens, and we will be made perfect through Christ, which is just an amazing, amazing imagery. So I definitely want to make sure that I get that down on the page. So I have a few things pulled out ahead of time. I am working in my illustrating Bible, and I did a couple things. I did these alphas here. This has kind of become a favorite technique of mine lately. I'm obsessed with the stamp set. This is the Elemental Alphas from By the Well. They do also have the coordinating solids. They may be out of stock. I will try to have everything linked down below for you guys. But I've really been loving stamping the open ones on pattern paper and then fussy cutting them out and creating little custom like alpha stickers basically. So I did do that off camera with the new paper pack that goes along with this kit. Special thank you to Tom. We begged him to put these together for us this month and he pulled it off. So I am excited to be using these. So I went ahead and spelled out the word goals and already fussy cut those out, but all I did was stamp on here and then cut them out. Super simple. I have the grime layering stencil from Tim Holtz. I really love the graphics in the kit this month with the, bright pops of color, but that strong contrast of the black and the mixed media. And so I'm actually going to do some ink blending with black ink through the stencil. So I know that's a little bit scary. That's a lot of black, but I'm also going to be playing with some watercolors and things like that. For my title here, I pulled out one of these new cards. So instead of doing the 2-inch tip-in pieces, they switched things up to these 3x4 cards, which I am super glad about because I can find some more use out of this size and shape here. So I don't want to lose this front part of the card. And I think that it comes in the printable, so I'll be able to print it out again. But I did want to use the back side because it does have some lines on the back and some illustration on the back. So I'm actually going to use this as kind of the center focus for my title statement, which will be Alyssa's words that I read off there. I have one of the die cut images and it's going to be fairly simple. So let me go ahead and put you on fast forward and we'll put this page together. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make sure I have my Bible mat or something equivalent to that underneath the page because I'm going to let this stencil hang off the edge just a little bit. That way I don't end up with any weird line. I'm just adding a little washi tape to hold it down. And then I grabbed one of these jumbo daubers. I had it in my stash from scrapbook.com. It came in like an order, like a freebie thing, and it was perfect for blending this ink through the stencil. So I have everything linked down below for you guys. I did choose to use Versamagic Dewdrop ink in the Midnight Black for this. I wanted something that would be waterproof because I'm going to sprinkle some watercolor on here, but I didn't want something super juicy that was going to bleed through the page. So I grabbed this hoping that it would work. These typically don't bleed through the Illustrating Bible pages, and it worked fantastically. I love how this came out. So you can see I'm just blending that through that stencil, creating this really fun kind of grimy look. If you don't have the stencil, you could do the same thing with just some black watercolor and adding, bunches of splatters or something like that. But I do like the control I get with the stencil. So I made sure that was good and dry, heat set it, and then now I'm adding a few different splatters of watercolor from the watercolor swatch card. Nice thing about this is I don't have to worry about the colors matching because it came with the kit. So it's super easy just to pick up the watercolor, splatter it, and you're good to go. Off camera, I went ahead and switched things up. So I die cut a couple of tags, one out of the pattern paper and then one out of a piece of white cardstock that I had typed out my journaling on. And I decided to turn this into a pocket page. So I'm just sticking those two pieces together, and then I'm going to turn this little card into a pocket. So on the back side, I'm adding some score tape to just 3 sides of the card. So initially when I was laying this out, I was going to do my journaling directly on the page, but once I laid down all that black and all the paint, I knew I was going to have some issues. So I figured, why not make it a pocket page, and I could add, just some more private journaling on that tag. So now I can stick this card down. I did cut it down like maybe a 1/4 inch, maybe 1/8 of an inch, so that it would fit in the margin a little bit better. And then now you can see that tag just slips right into that pocket. I know I've gotten messages from several of you guys that you got die cutting machines for Christmas. Yay, super exciting. That tag die is listed down below. It is my hands down most used die ever. I use it all the time, at least weekly or a couple times a week. It's amazing. So it's linked down below if you're looking for some good dies to invest in. So I am sticking with adding this phrase to the front of the pocket here. God will see me through the lens of Jesus' sacrifice. I'm just using a variety of the stickers that come in the kit, as well as those tile alphas that you can buy separately. And then I decided to deconstruct one of these fabric tabs and take off a piece of the fabric. I'm going to cut it, just a little snip, and then tear it in half. And so now I have a thinner piece of that fabric that I can add to my tag. And then I'm also going to use that tab at the top of the page, and that's going to kind of tie everything together. So as I'm working on this page, I'm trying to balance out the mixture of color and black. I don't want too much of one or the other. I want a good mix. So as I'm going along, I'm just trying to be conscious of mixing, black letters with color letters and black stamping with color stamping and things like that. And that's what kind of makes the entire page look cohesive and come together, I think. I pulled out the elemental number stamp, and I'm going to stamp 2020 at the top here. I'm going to use that same Versamagic black ink, just that way all my black inks match. If you've ever stamped black inks together, you'll notice them are more blue toned, purple toned, gray. They all are a little bit different. So I want to make sure that it all kind of looks the same on my page. And then for these alphas that I had cut out, I'm going to run those through my Xyron sticker maker and turn them into stickers. So this just adds adhesive to the entire back side of whatever you stick in it. They do have larger versions of that if you want to use, bigger die cuts and things, but I just have the smaller one and it works great for letters and things like this. I'm going to use a T-square ruler just to make sure it's nice and lined up. My 2020 was slightly crooked, but that's okay. And I am going to run over the top of that with my powder tool. The Xyron sticker maker sometimes leaves adhesive kind of exposed, and so that powder tool takes away any stickiness that might be there. Go ahead and punch out a tab using the same pattern paper that I had used for those alphas. And layer a little grid washi. This is, again, linked down below for you guys. And that's going to top off my page there. Now off camera, I do go ahead and highlight the section of verses as well as outline some of the alpha stickers just to help them pop a little more. And that is going to be the finished page. I love how this came out. Gives you some, private journaling areas to set up some goals for the new year. You can see on the back here, nothing bled through at all, so I was really pleased with that. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave those down below. Check out the description box for links to everything that I used today. That kit will be restocking soon, so stay tuned for that. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And until next time, thank you so much. Bye-bye.